Actually got to read a bit of the chapter today and go over some of the questions, so that's a pretty...
Sorry, I'm gonna move to a different room where I have a chair.
Okay. Is anyone else going to be meeting with us?
Seth emailed and said he was coming.
Okay.
So we'll wait for him for a few minutes.
Hold on. And I got killed on this last week. Oh my gosh. I got like a 58 or something on the quiz. I did so bad.
I did terrible on that one too. So don't feel too bad.
Yeah.
We'll see how the test goes.
Yeah. So that wasn't just me. It was actually kind of hard.
Oh, I thought it was really hard, but yeah, I did not do very good on that. I did about like 64, so not very good for me either.
I've been getting like 98s, like really high on all the quizzes so far, but for some reason that one was a little bit harder.
Yeah, it was. I feel like that, well, all the concepts from last week were really confusing.
Yeah.
So
And
they didn't just logically make sense and go together, so whatever. Well, we'll see how we do.
yeah. Hopefully this seems to be a lot easier. It makes a lot more sense.
Yeah,
So.
I'm with you. And hopefully, like, understanding this, going back and reviewing the last chapter will help me understand the aggregate consumption schedule too. So
Yeah. Yeah, I hope so. I didn't really spend that much time going over it either, so I guess that's probably a problem.
yeah, I need to go back through and like listen to the podcast thing and hear it a couple times and then reread some stuff because I didn't do so good either.
Do we? Oh my God, I feel so stupid that I didn't know this. But so does he send out a video explaining everything?
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't. So what podcast are you watching?
It's more like a PowerPoint presentation. If you go to like the in what's it called? iLearn. You go to it's called introduction or like preparation, like self-preparation or something. There's often some little videos in there. Sometimes they're just silly, kind of cartoony looking ones that kind of explain a little more simply some of the concepts. And there's always a PowerPoint presentation that's pretty much from the textbook, just not simplified, but like shortened a little bit. So it helps me sometimes to go through and listen to the PowerPoint or the podcast, whatever they call it, and then read the chapter because I have a little bit more. Sometimes just reading it is hard to understand. I have to hear it a little bit. And so that helps me a little.
Yeah, like, so is it in the overview or individual preparation?
I think it's individual preparation. Let me get into it and look. I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm trying to look right now. So lesson 8, reading guide. There's video episodes. Is that it?
Those are like the little cartoon things, and those helped me quite a bit this time, but he doesn't always have those.
Yeah, I should probably start looking at those because I didn't even know he had those.
Yeah. And then there's one called PowerPoint presentation or something. I'm still trying to log into it, so.
Okay. Okay, yeah, chapter 11, PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Man, I can't even look at any of this stuff because my other economics class I took, we would have like class time where you could
and they would record it.
Yeah.
You could go and ask questions, and yeah.
Yeah, that was much better. But this is the first time that that Brother Kerr has taught at BYU, I guess. So I don't know if that's part to do with it, that he just has a different way of doing it. Because like, I mean, the mind maps and the group meetings and stuff, I didn't have that in the other economics class either. But
Yeah, I didn't either, but I think the curriculum, like the stuff in iLearn, is set out by the school, and then I think this is set up for all of the econ classes
that
online,
makes
and then just like help students and grade stuff, and like you can go to him with questions. But I struggle sometimes reading such technical language, paying attention. So it helps me to hear it and to like see things explained as you go over a graph or whatever.
Yeah.
That helps me.
Yeah, if that's what I was thinking, because if I could have somebody like give me a situation of when that principle would actually, be used, like it would make a lot more sense rather than just reading it. It doesn't really make sense. So that would be nice. If they could actually apply it to a real business situation. Did you already take micro?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this class would be a lot harder if I hadn't taken that.
For sure.
Oh, what's up, Seth?
Hey guys, how's this going? Sorry, I'm trying to get on my computer. It isn't booted.
No worries.
How'd you do last week? We were just talking about how we struggled.
I watched you guys' video. I had to watch the whole hour, and then I waited until the end and went back and got all the changes that you made. So I got 100%. Thanks, guys. But
that's a good idea. We should do somebody else's videos.
Seriously. Well, there were 9 views on our video, so I'm guessing at least like one other person from the class watched your video.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, sorry I didn't have a computer last week, and so I forgot it was Thursday, and I was at my in-laws' house, and so
oh, yeah.
Then you started calling, and I was like, crap, it's Thursday! And I tried to find something, but it just wasn't quick enough. So.
No worries.
We're glad you're here tonight.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Are we ready to get started? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to ask if Clayton ever joined, or...
I've never heard anything from Clayton since like the first couple of weeks. So a few times at the beginning of the semester I've heard from him. Like he sent me a couple emails saying that he would come to a meeting, and he's never come. And then I got one message from him on Google Plus, like asking if anyone had shown up to a meeting. And then I haven't heard from him since, and that was like week 3 was the last time I heard anything from him. And I keep inviting him to the meetings and copying him on the emails, but I haven't heard anything. So I wonder if he like dropped the class or.
I'm guessing
what?
Probably so. I just wondered because it seemed like last week you added something.
What was that?
All right, it seemed like last week you added him, so I was just wondering if he.
I keep sending him the thing just in case he can come, but in case he's still out there somewhere. But I haven't heard otherwise, so I'll just keep inviting him and see what happens.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Are we ready to get started then?
I'm almost there, but yeah, you guys can start, and I'll just catch up.
Hold wait for a second.
Lesson 9.
Uh-huh.
So with this group
Okay.
stuff, like, I'm not supposed to actually submit anything every week, right?
Yeah, just me.
Okay, alright. I just saw one of the things it said was overdue, one of the group collaboration things. I was like, oh, hope I'm not supposed to be doing anything.
Well, the ones like it doesn't count it unless you type something. So I've been going in and like typing, responding to her,
It's my post in the video.
your post, just so that I know what's
Oh.
going on.
Hopefully I wasn't supposed to be doing that because I've never done that. I guess I could start.
You don't have to. That discussion board is there for us to communicate like when we're going to meet, and also for me to post the video because I'm the one recording it. So no one else has to record the video. You just have to be in the video for it to count for you. You should be getting graded on it along the way. Have you been getting grades on the group collaboration?
I don't even know how to look at my grades in the new iLearn, so I've never looked at anything. I just do my best and hope that that's good enough.
That's kind of where I'm at. It's a pain to look everything up, and the old one was nice because you got on and you saw, oh crap, I've got a D in this class. I really need to step it up. This one, you're like, oh, I think I'm doing great.
Yeah,
I have. There's little reminders that you can have sent to you via text or email or whatever. And it'll tell you when you're 2 days away from something being due, and whenever something gets graded, it'll send you the grade of the assignment and the grade of your overall grade.
oh,
So I've got those set up for me. So every day I get little reminders that I need to like get something turned in or that I did terrible on an assignment or something.
yeah, I need
Nice.
to do that.
Cool. I'll have to play around with it too.
It's kind of a pain in the butt program though. I don't like this new iLearn.
Yeah, it's not nice.
I don't think everybody probably likes it. It sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think I'm ready. Finally.
Okay.
Sorry.
No worries. Number 1, in the aggregate demand or aggregate supply model, the economy's price level is assumed to be 1, constant, just like in the aggregate expenditure model, 2, variable, just like in the aggregate expenditures model, 3, constant, unlike the aggregate expenditures model, or 4, variable, unlike the aggregate expenditures model.
Do you guys remember what it was in the aggregate expenditures? Because I'm pretty sure it's variable in this one.
Yeah, it is variable. In the very beginning, like the very beginning with the clouds, aggregate demand and aggregate supply, it says in contrast, the AB or AS model in this chapter is a variable price, variable output model. So in contrast to the aggregate expenditures. Sorry, I didn't read far enough back.
So it's D then?
Yeah, variable unlike the aggregate expenditures model.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Okay. So number 2. The aggregate demand curve shows the 1 inverse relationship between the price level and quantity of real GDP. 2, direct relationship between the price level and quantity of real GDP. 3, inverse relationship between interest rates and quantity of real GDP. Or 4, direct relationship between real balances and the quantity of real GDP purchased.
So this one is the first one. It's just on the graph on 12.1. Under aggregate demand, it shows that it's contrasted between price level and the real domestic output. And it also says the inverse relationship between the price level and the real GDP is shown, and then it goes in the graph. So.
Yep, that's what I found too.
Yep, I was just reading that. Cool.
Okay, 3. The foreign purchases, interest rate, and real balances effects explain why the 1 aggregate demand curve is downward sloping, 2 aggregate demand curve may shift to the left or to the right, 3 the economy will adjust towards equilibrium, or 4 aggregate expenditures shift. Aggregate expenditure scheduled may shift up or down. And
that's the first one as well, right?
Yep, that's what I have to.
Alright. And that's just on the same page. It goes into,
I saw it at the bottom there.
Okay, number 4. Refer to the graph above, which shows an aggregate demand curve. If the price level decreases from 200 to 100, the real output demand will 1 increase by 800 billion, 2 increase by 200 billion, 3 decrease by 600 billion, or 4 decrease by 200 billion. So I said number 2.
Yeah.
Just by looking at
Yep.
graph.
Yeah.
Should be simple addition, right?
Yeah.
Or subtraction. Okay. Number 5. An aggregate supply curve represents the relationships between the 1 price level and buying of real domestic output, 2 price level and production of real domestic output, 3 real domestic output bought and the real domestic output sold, or 4 price level that producers are willing to accept and the price level buyers are willing to pay. And I have 2 on this one. Price level and production of real domestic output.
Yeah.
You can just look at the graph on
It's
the
12 points. That's
12.3 aggregate supply of the schedule, or curve showing the relationship between a nation's price level and the amount of real domestic output in the economy.
Okay. So what you put?
2.
2? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm reading and catching up.
You're good.
all right.
Okay, number 6. The slope of the immediate short-run aggregate supply curve is based on the assumption that 1, both input and output prices are fixed, 2, neither input nor output prices are fixed, 3, input prices are flexible but output prices are fixed, or 4, input prices are flexible but output prices are flexible. So
I put 1 on that one.
that's what I have as well. I'm just trying to find it.
That's on 12.3 again.
Yeah, under aggregate supply in the immediate short run.
Yeah.
Yep. And then immediate short run. Yep. Aggregate supply curve. So.
Okay. Number 7. The upward slope of the short-run aggregate supply curve is based on the assumption that 1, wages and other resource prices do not respond to price level changes, 2, wages and other resource prices do not respond to price level changes. 3, prices of output do not respond to price level changes. Or 4, prices of inputs flexible while prices of outputs are fixed.
I didn't find that one. I think it's number 2, but I'm not really sure.
Yeah, the short run supply really confused me. I feel like it went back and forth so many times telling me what it was. So if someone could explain it to me, I would appreciate it.
Okay, it lasts as long as both input. Let's see. Or no, it's definitely not 2. Then I don't think.
At the very end of the second paragraph, it says, the short run for which the model is relevant is any period of time during which output prices are flexible, but input prices are fixed or nearly fixed.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying to, but I didn't see one that quite matched that.
Yeah. They're under the graph.
Yeah, that was the best description I could get. I could find.
So resource. Okay. It slopes upward because with input price is fixed, changes in the price level will raise or lower real firm profits. To see how this works, consider the economy.
I mean, the one that makes sense with looking at the graph is number 2, wages and other resource prices do respond to price level changes. Maybe not. I don't
That's
know.
what I was thinking at first, and then I swapped away from that. But wages and other resources price do respond to price level changes.
Well, I can't see anything to dispute it.
Well, and it does talk, so it slopes upwards, and then it talks about the workers, like it, depending on how well the company's doing, it changes the employment, like how many people are employed and how much they make. So wages and other resource prices do respond to price level changes, so it's got to be number 2.
Yeah.
I think I don't know.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Just as I was reading a different one, the bottom of the description under the graph,
Hmm.
it just says, yeah, full employment output because resource shortages and capacity limitations make it difficult to expand real output as the price level rises. So that says basically the same thing you just read,
Yeah.
and I was kind of at that same
Number
conclusion.
2.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
still,
Okay. Number 8. The long run aggregate supply curve is 1 upward sloping and becomes steeper at output levels above full employment output. 2 upward sloping and becomes flatter at output levels above full employment. 2 or 3 horizontal or 4 vertical. And that one's vertical, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. The short-run version of aggregate supply assumes that product prices are 1, fixed, while resource prices are flexible, 2, flexible, while resource prices are fixed, 3, both input and product prices are flexible, or 4, both input and product prices are fixed.
That's number 2. I think. It says under the aggregate supply in the short run, it says output prices are flexible, but input prices are either totally fixed or highly inflexible.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Okay. 10. An increase in personal income taxes will cause 1, decrease or shift left in aggregate demand, 2, increase or shift right in AD, 3, decrease in quantity of real output demanded or movement along AD, 4, increase in the quantity of real output demanded or movement down along AD.
And that's the first one, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Makes sense. More taxes, less money.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Okay, 11. An expected increase in the prices of consumer goods in the future will 1, decrease or shift left in AD now, 2, increase or shift right in AD now, 3, decrease in the quantity of real output demanded or movement along AD, 4, increase in the quantity of real output demanded or movement down along AD.
I got number 2 on that.
And I put number 2 on that one too.
Again, it makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah. I highlighted
Okay.
it, but I don't think we need to look it up.
Okay. If the national incomes of our trading partners increase, then our 1, aggregate demand increases because consumption increases. 2, AD increases because consumption increases. Sorry, I said that last one wrong. The first one. 3, AD decreases because net exports decrease. Or 4, AD increases because net exports increase. And that one is number 4, right?
Number 4. Yep.
Yeah, that was on the first page.
Okay, 13. A fall in the prices of inputs will shift aggregate demand curve leftward, demand curve rightward, supply curve rightward, or supply curve leftward. And that one down in 12.4. I have number 3, supply curve rightward.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Yep, I just found it, so I agree.
An increase in productivity will increase AD, increase AS and AD, decrease AS and AD?
I'm not actually
That
sure.
one's just below the other one.
Is it just increase aggregate supply?
Yeah, it says labor supply increases because of substantial immigration. Wages per unit production costs fall, shifting the AS curve to the right.
Yeah.
But would it also do aggregate demand? Shift aggregate demand.
Demand is relating more towards the consumption side. Productivity would just increase the supply.
That's right.
So increases in the demand are going to be the four things that make up GDP. So your consumption, your government spending, your investment spending, and your exports. Anything else can be supply, is what I understand.
Okay. Sweet.
Okay, 15. Refer to the figure above. If AD1 shifts to AD2, then equilibrium output will. I'm not going to read all those because the little letters start to sound obnoxious.
Yeah.
So,
So we'll go from Q1 to Q2 and oh my gosh.
yeah, number 4, is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, that's what I can see. Well, yeah, that's what matches up for me.
Because if you move from AD1 to AD2, then your quantity is going to move from Q1 to Q2 upward.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the price is also going to move from Q1 to Q2 upward, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Oh
No yawning.
man, I'm so tired.
Yeah, it's pretty late for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 16. Refer to the graph above. If aggregate supply shifts from AS1 to AS2, then price level will 1, increase and real domestic output will increase. 2, decrease and real domestic output will increase. 3, increase and real domestic output will decrease. 4, decrease and real domestic output will decrease.
That's 3, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Cool.
17. Disinflation refers to a situation where 1, price level falls, but inflation rate does not. 2, price level rises, but the rate of inflation does not. 3, the inflation rate falls, but the price level does not. Or 4, the rate of inflation rises, but the price level does not. So I didn't find this one in the book, but I Googled it, and it says that it's when the rate of inflation falls. So that's the only one. Number 3 is the only one that matches that definition from Google.
That was in the last chapter too. I didn't read anything in this chapter, but last chapter that was like one of the like keywords and everything. So, and that's what it said. The rate of inflation falls.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Cool.
Okay. 18. Menu costs will 1, increase the amount of training workers. 2, result in price wars between businesses. 3, increase the legal minimum wage. 4, make prices inflexible downward. And found this one in 12.6. Wow, too bad. Under decreases in AD recession. So there's a list of things that says, the paragraph just above all the bullet points says there are several reasons for this downward price stickiness, and one of them is menu costs.
So which one did you do? The
Or make
Yeah.
prices inflexible downward. Okay, number 19. If at a particular price level, real output from producers is greater than the real output desired by producers, there will be a general 1 surplus and the price level will rise, 2 surplus and the price level will fall, 3 shortage and the price level will rise, 4 shortage and the price level will fall.
that's number 2, right?
That's what I
Yeah.
thought.
I didn't really find it in the book anywhere, but that just made sense to me.
Yeah. Okay.
And the last one, the table below shows the AD and AS schedules for hypothetical economy. Refer to the table above. The equilibrium price and output levels will be 1, 200 at 5,000, 2, 200 at 6,000, 3, 250 at 700, or 4, 300 at 8,000.
200 at 6,000.
I think, yeah, 200 at 6,000.
I
It's the
don't.
only-
Where's the graph? I mean, that makes sense just looking at it, but is there like a graph in the book that talks about that?
Scanning for now. Yeah, on 12.5, at the very top, it's talking about equilibrium price level and equilibrium real output, and then it has.
Okay, and it has that little example.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. I just wanted to know how to do it, but
I'm with you. I just looked at it, I'm like, well, that one looks right, but I didn't find it anywhere to verify.
yeah,
Okay.
awesome.
Okay, I submitted it, so we got a 95%. We only missed one, and we missed number 7.
Oh, dang it, that's a stupid one.
Yeah.
Guys,
So the upward slope of short-run aggregate supply curve is based on the assumption that, and the answer is A, wages and other resource prices do not respond to price level changes. So,
Okay then.
oh my gosh, I don't know why. See, that's because I was thinking it was number 2, and then I switched back, and then I forgot why I switched to number 1. But the reason why is because in the short run, they can't change wages. The wages are already set on a contract. That's what it says in the book, that they sign a contract for an entire year for their wages, and so it can't change in the short run.
that makes sense.
Dang
Why
it.
didn't you mention that earlier?
Ah, sorry.
It's all good. 95's not bad, so
Is that the only one that we got
that's the
wrong?
only one we missed.
Dang, sorry. Well, it's better than last week. I got like an 82 or something like that when I submitted it. So
Oh, shoot. Yeah. Yeah, I felt bad for missing last week. I really did. But I had to sit around to listen to you guys talk for an hour, so. Yeah, it was. The video was like an hour and 6 minutes or something, and I was gonna just skip to each question, but I tried that on the first couple, and I missed so much. I was like, I better just listen to the whole thing. So, but
Okay. Well, thanks, guys. It was shorter this time. It was only like 42 minutes.
yeah, it's
So.
quick. So,
Okay, you guys. Thanks so much.
yeah.
we'll
All right.
see
Thanks.
you next week.
Yeah. See you next week.
Hey. See you guys.
Yeah.